Welcome back with another reaction video with Nel and AJ. Let's see what we got for you today.
Seen cameras that look like this, or this, or this. These may seem similar to traditional security cameras or radars, but they're much more powerful. The most well-known brand of these new cameras is Flock, and within the last 14 months, the amount of these cameras across the country has doubled to now over 100,000.
And these things literally have the capability to track and store your faces, your whereabouts.
And it's like if you were to build a graph of that sheet, and plot it to a map, now it's as if you've had a GPS on your car for an entire month.
These cameras track license plates and store digital mappings of people's movements. Police can then search that data for 30 days. They also use AI to make note of various vehicle features like scratches and dents. Now, Flock cameras are having unintended consequences, resulting in dozens of false arrests, one of which was particularly despicable.
My name is Lindsay Isaacs. I was falsely accused of a triple vehicular homicide on October 4th, 2025.
Lindsay came in for an interview. She was very...
Homicide, bro. Somebody speeds off, and now you're on the hook for it.
That's not. You gotta move your mic up.
Like that?
There we go.
Yeah, now you can hear me.
Homicide.
Homicide is crazy.
That's man. And you wasn't there. You
about not being involved in this particular crash, similar to how other criminal defendants, deny involvement in cases. But there was just something different about Lindsay. If she had been convicted in this case, she would have gotten a life sentence. She would have never gotten out.
This is how the Flock cameras falsely led to Lindsay's arrest.
They had on
Your
the
life
scene,
is over.
They had several witnesses on the scene.
All the way
people
over.
Calling in 911, providing information. They had one single witness on the scene that said it was a black Durango involved in the crash that caused the crash. They immediately went to the Flock and the vigilance system and got a hit on Lindsay's Durango from a Flock camera 3 miles west of the collision. Subsequently, they got another Flock hit in Flagler County in Palm Coast near Lindsay's home. And from that information, they jumped on the black Durango.
And I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to 3 or 4 sheriffs knocking on my front door saying that I was involved in this vehicular homicide and that I caused this vehicular homicide. They impounded my vehicle. They told me that my vehicle had damage consistent with the collision on my vehicle on the left side. I retained Patrick, my criminal attorney, that morning immediately after they impounded my vehicle. And 7 months went by, and then April 17th, 2026, I got arrested. I had to turn myself in. They gave me an option to either turn myself in or
Wow, now you done lost your job.
You plastered everywhere for offing 3 people that you didn't off.
Man, prayers to the family of those people that got killed, though. That's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But dang, I got to go to jail.
come and find me, so I just turned myself in for a crime I didn't commit. Since the second I walked in there, I was waiting for something to happen to change what was going on. I felt like my life was crumbling. I felt like my life was over. It was a mess.
But things would get a lot worse for Lindsay. She would soon find herself stuck in solitary confinement, facing a life sentence for a crime she didn't commit.
I was having a very rough time in isolation when I was...
I mean, this might even be a little worse than how it used to happen before, because before they was just making it up. At least like this one, now they like, nah, we got evidence, and they showing fake evidence of not your car.
Right.
Like before, at least they had to lie or bring. I don't know, man. This is crazy. And what about all of the GPS data that she had that shows that she wasn't there?
Nah, the flat cameras was right.
The flat cameras got to be right.
Yeah.
Unless she was going to her cell phone provider to get some information, then that information to be right.
Yeah, but they said the damage on her vehicle matched. I'm like, how do they know that?
I was about to say, with what?
How do they know?
Like, how do you know that this damage came from that?
Solitary confinement. I
And she in solitary. Now she got a mental problem.
Mentally great in there.
If she ain't
I know
already
that
had
on
one.
day 3 of
She
being
just
in
said that she
solitary
wasn't mentally
confinement,
great.
I definitely felt like I was losing my mind, literally. I was talking to myself, like trying to really figure out how was going on, and I felt like I was going crazy, like the walls were caving in on me. After 86 hours of that, I was moved.
I would probably feel crazy like the walls was caving in on me without being in solitary confinement. You told me I'm about to get life for something I didn't do, let alone then you throw me in solitary confinement.
Right.
That's sound like inhumane to me.
She did it. That's what they said.
into
Right.
a mental health unit called West Wayne. I was there for 24 hours. And once they evaluated me, they then put me in general population, which was G block. And that was very heart-wrenching. I was in a block filled with women that were 100% going to prison.
She got
Their
beat up.
charges were, it was maxi charges. That's what they referred to them in jail. So the worst things you can imagine, that's where I was. The whole time I was in G block, I was being told by COs that this is where you go before you go to prison. So in my mind, I thought this was it. I thought I was just going to spend the rest of my life in prison. I thought the bus was going to come. I was going to go in there like everyone else and get sent off to prison. I didn't even want to be alive every day. Just couldn't even believe this was my life. And honestly, quite honestly, I don't know how I got through it, but I did.
Lindsay was initially falsely identified as a suspect because of flock cameras. One witness said they thought a black Durango caused the crash, and Lindsay just so happened to own a black Durango and be somewhat close to the crash. So when the troopers typed in black Durango into the flock system, she was who they found. Then, because of the seriousness of the accusation and the confidence they placed in the flock system, Lindsay was taken not just to jail, but to G-Wing and solitary confinement. But the state
Guilty until proven innocent.
They already proved it with the flock cameras.
That's what I said.
There's complete negligence and disregard of investigative standards
Yeah,
is
get
what
rid of
makes
them
this
block
case
cameras, man.
even
They gotta
worse.
go.
Law enforcement impounded Lindsay's car,
Took the
claiming
whip.
damage consistent with the crash, and continued to testify to that in court. But when Lindsay's attorney, Patrick McGeehan, got access to her car in impound, he proved the car was spotless. And now it's known that the correct suspect wasn't even driving a black Durango.
When the highway patrol trooper called me and said, "We have an arrest warrant for Lindsay Isaacs' arrest." And I'm like, "You got to be freaking kidding me," because we had already gone out. I had already gone out and personally inspected and photographed this vehicle. So I knew exactly what the vehicle looked like. And I was like, I was flabbergasted. Then the court battle began. And I guess the third or fourth, you're kidding me, moment is when the state filed a motion for pretrial detention in this case because she was arrested for dangerous crimes. And they wanted to keep her in custody while the whole case is.
Yeah, she looked like she got beat up.
You guys are nuts. So that's when I started pounding the state with all this evidence and information showing.
I mean, even if it wasn't physically, she already said that mentally she was not in a good place. So she went through it.
Lindsay wasn't involved in this case. So then we got to the pretrial detention hearing a few days later, and the trooper got up and testified in court that there was damage consistent with this collision on Lindsay's vehicle, despite me showing and entering into evidence 5 very clear pictures of Lindsay's 2025 Dodge Durango showing absolutely no damage. He was testifying that the tire height on Lindsay's car was consistent with the damage on one of the fatality vehicles and a tire mark on one of the fatality vehicles, yet there were no damage to Lindsay's tires or rub marks on her tires whatsoever. That was a major "you gotta be kidding me" moment. The next "you're kidding me" moment is when the judge.
And then, so then these guys just go on a Brady list. Like, you don't lose your job for just making up a bunch of stuff. You just sometimes just go on the list and say you can't be trusted.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're on that list, it don't matter because they still gonna hire you.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't lose your job for falsifying all the records at your job.
Right.
You just go on a list sometimes. And
who gets to see the Brady list though? I mean, can we see it as
I'm
a
not
citizen?
sure.
Oh, I'm gonna look that up.
the motion to hold her in custody until the case was resolved. So that was a big one. And then I started working on the appeals, the rehearing, getting ready for discovery and all that, until the next you gotta be kidding me moment was about 6 days later, when the state attorney calls me and goes, "We no longer have sufficient information to hold Lindsay in pretrial detention." I'm like, "No kidding, you're kidding me, right? Because I gave you that information." So that's when we got her released on bond.
Do you place more of the blame on the negligence of the troopers, or do you place more of the blame on this new system that they're relying on?
It's a combination of both of those. It's technology and the improper use of technology.
Well, wouldn't both of those be the negligence of the troopers?
Yeah, they would both be.
Like, nobody said that you just had to go with this because somebody said that they think this, and nobody said you had to lie and say that there was scratches and stuff on the car that definitely wasn't there.
I mean,
That-
they probably wear glasses and they forgot their glasses that day.
Oh, they wear a hell of a pair of glasses then, cause
And it's blatant, beyond gross negligence on the part of the
it's
troopers.
telescopes.
Because like I said before, they had exculpatory information at the time they were on the scene, and they never looked into it.
See,
They focused on a black Durango on a flock hit to the exclusion of absolutely everything else.
It's
The
because it was
negligence
black.
in Lindsay's case
If
is
she would have been
insane.
in a
But when
white
officers
Durango,
can find whoever they think they're looking for.
Should've
with
been
a quick
good.
search,
She would've been
it opens
good.
up never before seen problems and considerations for law enforcement. Alex Kuhlman is the lawyer representing Hugo Parra in a case very similar to Lindsay's. Hugo just so happened to own a similar type of car to a criminal. This is what his lawyer thinks about mass surveillance.
The problem that mass surveillance creates is that it takes this pretty limited universe of stuff that law enforcement typically consider when evaluating who committed a crime or why a crime was committed, and it expands it way, 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 way out. Law enforcement can pull these hits from Flock or whatever other database and have an objective basis to accuse somebody of a crime, even when the evidence might very well be susceptible of pointing to 10 other people too.
What do you think needs to be done so that troopers or law enforcement doesn't do something similar?
so I just get to pick from the people. Like, I'm gonna go with this one.
yeah, your life over.
I'm gonna go with this one. That's crazy.
Future.
I mean, it's going to continue to happen. I mean, this flock stuff, this flock technology is exploding in this area of Florida, and we're seeing
That's
flock
so many
cameras
dots.
go up everywhere. I mean, they also need investigative safeguards to keep these investigations on track so that they don't go off in these crazy directions. Either a warrant requirement or some more stringent requirement, then anybody can go in and access this information. It's just widespread, unfeathered access to this technology.
Do you feel like this technology inspires unwarranted confidence in officers' investigations?
I think it gives the officers unwarranted confidence, and you can see that in this particular case. I mean, these officers found they were looking for a black Durango. They found the black Durango, and as far as they were concerned, Lindsay killed these 3 people.
So now Lindsay Isaacs and her lawyer, Patrick McGeehan, are suing those state troopers.
This case, because I was a former law enforcement officer, and I hold law enforcement to a higher standard.
Yeah, I agree with that. They should be held to a higher standard.
100%.
200%. This is, it's like I always say, it's crazy that your bad day could ruin my life.
Right.
It's not like I got a bad day, so I forgot to stock the hot dogs, and now you can't have a hot dog today.
You know, I wonder how much all these flat cameras are actually costing, as tax dollars.
I seen one thing, and one of the CEOs or somebody that worked at Flock was talking about how people don't even know what they getting when they be getting the cameras. Like, they don't know what it's capable of. They'll think they're getting a certain model, and they be getting a whole nother model
Oh, wow.
that does other stuff. And they got push updates to them that allow them to go from doing one thing to another thing. So that's what I seen on one of the videos. You can check it out.
Yeah, get rid of them.
I don't remember which video it is, but let's finish this one out.
Probably than most people, and these troopers are embarrassment to me in my former career. So my instinct is to go after these troopers, just to get these troopers, extract justice from these troopers, extract revenge on these troopers. Lindsay's response is, let's set up a foundation so we can help other people, you know, that have been falsely accused. And I'm like, you know, I want to strangle the troopers, and she wants to set up a foundation to help people.
Well, I want to strangle the troopers too.
It's completely different, yeah. But your primary is, your primary is you want to help people.
So, well, real quick though, what are your goals with the troopers now? I know the case is in a very early stage, but what's the goal there?
I mean, our goal, of course, our litigation goal is to successfully resolve the case for a significant dollar amount for Lindsay.
Yeah, she should get all the dollars.
All of the dollars she can.
Man.
She needs them all. I don't know if I did a reaction to this video before, but I know if I did, it didn't have the lawyers in it. So that was pretty sweet to see the lawyer give his opinion on what happened. These flat cameras are crazy. Just taking our privacy away. Well, this is the definition of no privacy in public.
You're right. You're right.
The little bit of privacy you had in public to just be able to leave and go somewhere and not be watched all day and all night.
Now we watching you now.
Definitely taking that away, but
and it's public access because you know it's
yeah,
anybody can access it. That's crazy.
Leave a comment down below what you think about these flat cameras. Like the video and share it with your cousin.
And share it with my cousin too.